Okay, so in assignment 3, you're going to be completing some hands-on projects. The first one is hands-on project 3.4. So in your textbook, it may have an IP address that may or may not work. I think the one in your book is a 6932.133.11 address. If that doesn't work, there'll be one provided that, such as the one here on the screen. If not, then what we need to do is just find the IP address for Cengage. What we're really trying to do in this assignment is look at what a host file attack looks like. And so basically all you're doing is you're changing some information in the host file. So let me see if I can pull that up real quick. So I'm just going to hit start and then search for my host file. Let's see what we have. So this is not it. So let's just browse to it. So we'll go C and then System, Windows, and then S for System. We'll go System 32, and then we want to look in the drivers, etc, host. And so if I open this file, it'll ask me how I want to open it. Notepad's fine, so we'll go ahead and open this, and we'll see in here. So I don't have anything here in my host file, anything specific. If I wanted to add something to reroute traffic, then what I would do is I would type in the IP address and where I want it to go. All right, so we don't have that. So we do see this is an address that we can use. So the one in your textbook, again, these things change from time to time. So I should be able to go to 216, and that brings us to Google. And let's go somewhere else real quick for a second just to show you again. What I'm going to do is I'll start here. I'll paste in this IP address. So this is one that happens to work when I'm making this video. 216.58.218.174, and that brings me to Google. So having that information will help make this exercise work correctly. Right, so I'll enter this, and then we'll hit tab, and I will tell it to go to www.cengage.com. Let's see if that's a website still. Cengage.com, which it is. Okay. Alright, so I go there, and when I try to save this, it's probably going to give me a problem. So let's see if that happens. So I hit save, and I'm going to try to save it here. It's probably going to tell me that I don't have permission to save here. Yep, see, it says you do not have permission to save here. So I say no, and then instead what I'm going to do is save it to my desktop, save it there, close this file. Then I'm going to open this file, browse back to it. I'm just going to actually rename this. Alright, and then what I'll do is I'll open up my desktop where I saved that last file at, right here. I'll drag it over here, and it says, do you want to do this? You need an admin permission. Yep, continue. So now I have this host file in here. And let's see if I can take off this extension, because I don't know that I need that. Yep. Okay. So now I have my host file. Right. And now let me open up my browser and go to Cengage.com. Where do we think it's going to bring me? Tries to bring me here. All right. So let's try another website just to see if this is working correctly. So it didn't bring me to Cengage.com like it did earlier. All right. This one, again, thinks that I'm trying to go to the address here in my host file. So let's take it out. Or let's see, we can just do this. So let's rename this one. We call this test. Continue. And then I'm going to rename this one again so the computer knows that this is the actual host file. Continue. And when we look at this one, we'll see that there's no changes made to this one, right? So we don't have that extra file in there. Alright, so I'm going to close these. Cengage.com. So now it is working again. And so just one more time, just for to make sure that what we believe is happening is happening. So we'll go back to this host test. I'm going to move it over to my desktop. Open it again. Alright, so we'll look up this other website. We'll look up shizlink.com, and we'll find an IP address right here, 31, and then we'll take our test file and we'll say when you try to go to Cengage, actually go to this IP, and we'll see what happens here, because actually that IP address, there are 32 other sites on that same server. Let's see, so we'll hit save, close this, go back to our etc, move this in here, continue, rename this one to the OG. Alright, take this one, move that, name it that. Now, I want to go to Cengage.com. And it brings me to the IP address of Shizlink, which this is the web hosting company for Shizlink. So we can see how someone doing a host file attack, if they're able to get to your machine and change your host file, how that could change what you're able to see. So in this case, we just changed it to a completely different website, but what we could have done is changed it to a website that looks similar and that we think we're on the real Cengage.com, but when in fact we've gone to a spoofed website. There we go. So what I have going on with other window is just something stuck in my cache here, so I'm going to clear my history. We'll say clear everything, cookies, active logins, yep, clear it. We'll get rid of this tab, and let's try going here first. That works, and let's go here now, and that should work. Cool. Alright, and so that's what you're doing in Project 3.4. Thanks.